the location or expansion of industry or other business in the area served by the public body. This was related to Project 2410. Need a motion to allow the ED to proceed with the negotiations on this, or to proceed with the investigation.
Information, I think all of our information
You
on it, Mr.
want
Chair.
all information on it? Okay, well, all right. In saying that, we agreed that to give economic development the authority to go ahead and pursue this project. Okay, on the discussion of personnel matters regarding economic development was received as information only also. Any questions or comments?
Sure, I'll say this. We had Mr. Hester alluded to it earlier. We had the grand opening for the North Chester substation on Center Road this past Saturday or Saturday before, and really appreciate those of you that came to it. We had a lot of folks from council there, and that was awesome to see so many folks there. A lot of folks from the community. Really appreciate all the hard work that went into it, from the county staff, from just it was so many people. We had Miss Holcomb was there, Miss Pat Holcomb. She the widow of Mr. John Wayne Holcomb, who really started the project way back in 2014. I believe it was on the 2014 capital project sales tax. Took a lot more money along the way, and I will say this council, time and time again, supported that project. So when more money was needed, some of you who are here now and right up to date really supported this. And Ms. Guy, I remember she would support it. People understood the need, and there was support from all of council, and eventually, finally, it got done. And that building is a beautiful building. It's going to serve the folks of that community for decades, for generations. I have no doubt about it that it's going to save lives, and it's going to be an asset for just so many years to come. It's going to stand the test of time. If you look at it, you could tell that it's well built. And also do want to say this. I know there were some things along the way where the county probably could have done better as far as making it happen quicker on a better schedule. And yet, I'm really excited about that because I do believe, Mr. Hester, you have learned from some of those mistakes that you've happened maybe even prior to you coming here. But we've learned some lessons from that construction project, and I think we're better for it. And just all in all, when I'm going to be up for re-election this year, it makes you kind of reminisce about why you're here and what you're doing, and that's a real big win for the community. And I'm just so excited for it and to see it in operation. Really appreciate that ambulance service 3 days a week. That's going to make a big difference as well. And just serving the needs of the people, and that's a big win. You know, the one other point I'll say is about the audit we got tonight. That's fantastic news. We sure don't need to take that for granted. That was the man couldn't have said anything more positive about the financial situation of our county, and that's just really good. And it's exciting to be a part of an organization that's run well, just as he said. Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to apologize to my fellow council member, Mr. Wilson here, for not making it to that.
That's okay.
I did have a family obligation. I had to support one of my children in an event, and I couldn't make it. But I do have some citizens on that side of the power line in Laurie's that actually are in my district. I have some citizens in that area, in the Laurie's area, who would actually benefit from that fire station, and apologize to them for not being there. And again, thank you to the county for getting that done. And I did ride by and take a look at it, and it's a real nice building, and proud of it.
I'd like to echo Mr. Wilson and Mr. Guy's comments on this, and they did serve some great hot dogs up there too. They had some good stuff and cake and everything, and like you said, everybody enjoyed it. And I was impressed by how friendly everybody was, you know, up there. They were really cordial and welcomed you and wanted to show you around and see what they had there to offer. And like I say, it was a long time coming, but I think it was worth the wait, and that was great. And also, while I got the floor, I'd like to wish Ms. Mosley, that she gets to feeling better quickly, that I understand that she has some migraine headaches or something like that, so we'll be praying that those headaches will go away for her soon. So we're praying for you, Ms. Mosley.
To get back to North Chester for a second, I met a couple of guys up there that were volunteers and had been, one of them said he was started volunteering when he was 12 years old. And he was well over 12 years old now. He'd been a lifelong volunteer for the North Chester Fire Department. And I tell you, it just impresses me because Chester County has got people like that all over this county that volunteer for these volunteer fire departments. They spend huge amounts of time training. They're dedicated people, and we are blessed to have them.
I walked in T. Melton's office today, and I go in there a lot, and I looked down, and there was a book, a little photograph book. And I opened it up, and the first person I saw in that book was Billy Brakefield. And that was the Carolina Poly Fire. And the first person I saw when I went up there the other day was Billy Brakefield, and I got a hug, and I appreciate it. Billy Brakefield has done a tremendous amount of volunteering and things, and his wife has too. And we don't realize what these men and women went through. There were 2 calls the other night in Richburg, and one was the most disgusting thing that I've ever heard and seen. And these people are going to live with that the rest of their lives, and we forget that. But I appreciate the comments, and I think those men and women in North Chester do the same thing everybody else does. And but I didn't mean to get off on it, but what's the guy that comes and speaks?
Massey.
Massey. Mr. Massey's got a great idea, and he's talked to a lot of people about a book with all the men and women in the Army, the services, police officers, firefighters that have died in the line of duty in Chester County, and there's some people trying to get together to help him move that along. And but it takes all of us to support those guys and the men and women in that fire service.
Anybody have anything else? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor of adjourn?